Christmas is a time of merriment and celebration, but beneath the twinkling lights and joyous carols lies a darker side to the holiday season. In this intriguing journey, we delve into the shadows to uncover the chilling tales of 6 disturbing cases that happened on Christmas Day. So buckle up, guys, and join us as we unwrap these eerie mysteries that once cast a haunting shadow over the festive cheer. With that said, let's get started. First on our list is the Anderson family Christmas massacre. On December 24th in Carnation, Washington, the night before Christmas, tragedy struck the Anderson family. Wayne and Judy Anderson, well-respected locals, were found murdered on their 10-acre estate along with their son Scott, daughter-in-law Erica, and 2 grandchildren Olivia and Nathan. The horrifying discovery was made 2 days later. The sequence of events unfolded when dispatchers received a chilling call on Christmas Eve, capturing a few seconds of screams before the line went dead. A locked gate initially hindered deputies investigating the property, and it wasn't until December 26th, prompted by Judy's best friend Linda Tinley's gut feeling, that the true nature of the 911 call was revealed. Linda, concerned about Judy's absence from work, rushed to the Andersons' home. Upon entering, she discovered a gruesome scene. The lifeless bodies of the Anderson family, each shot through the head. The investigation took a shocking turn when Michelle Anderson, the surviving daughter, and her boyfriend Joseph McEnroe, who had been living rent-free on the property, arrived at the crime scene. Investigators noted their unusual behavior, as neither seemed curious about the police presence. In a surprising twist, Michelle and Joseph confessed to the heinous crime during hours-long interrogations. Motivated by Michelle's resentment towards her brother Scott, they had entered the house armed on Christmas Eve. Michelle attempted to shoot her father, Wayne, while Joe kept her mother occupied. After Wayne's death, they turned their guns on Judy and later dragged the bodies to a shed. When Scott, Erica, and the grandchildren arrived for Christmas Eve dinner, Michelle and Joe executed a cold-blooded plan. Michelle shot Scott, and the couple turned their guns on Erica, who managed to call 911 before being killed. The horrifying details continued as they shot the children, with 3-year-old Nathan clutching his mother's chest during the ordeal. The motive for this brutal act was revealed to be Michelle's jealousy and anger, as she felt her family favored Scott over her. Michelle and Joseph were charged with 6 counts of aggravated murder, eligible for the death penalty. During Joseph's trial, he portrayed himself as manipulated by Michelle, who in turn depicted him as her attack dog. Ultimately, Joseph was sentenced to life without parole, while Michelle's trial awaited. The shocking crime left a lasting impact on the community, with family members expressing the irreplaceable void left by the loss of their loved ones. Next, we have the Ortegas family massacre. On the fateful night of December 24th, 2008, the Ortega family's Christmas celebrations in Covina, California, turned into a horrifying massacre. Approximately 25 family members had gathered at Joseph and Alicia Ortega's home, enjoying the holiday festivities. The evening took a dark turn around 11:30 p.m. when a man dressed in a Santa suit appeared at the door, holding what seemed like gifts. 8-year-old Katrina Yusupolsky, filled with excitement, rushed to greet the Santa-clad visitor. However, the joyous atmosphere was shattered by the sudden sound of gunshots. The man in the Santa suit, later identified as Bruce Pardo, went on a rampage, shooting Katrina in the face and then firing indiscriminately at everyone in sight. Pardo's targets included 2 of the girl's uncles, Charles and James Ortega, who fell to the ground. In the chaos, one of the victims recognized the attacker, shouting, "It's Bruce." Bruce Pardo was the ex-husband of Sylvia Ortega, one of the adult Ortega children present at the gathering. Sylvia had recently finalized her divorce from Pardo, a process that left him dissatisfied, particularly with the court-ordered spousal support of $1,800. Pardo continued his brutal assault, killing Sylvia, her parents and one of her sisters as they sought refuge under the dining room table. After unleashing gunfire throughout the house, Pardo unwrapped a package containing a homemade flamethrower. He doused the area with gasoline and set the home ablaze, trapping several victims who couldn't escape. Firefighters took an hour and a half to extinguish the resulting inferno. Fleeing the scene, Pardo drove about 45 minutes to his brother's house in Sylmar. There, he concluded his rampage by turning the gun on himself. Police discovered $17,000 strapped to Pardo's leg, suggesting initial plans for escape. He had even purchased a plane ticket to Illinois. However, it remains unknown why he changed his plans, eventually deciding to end his own life. Upon investigating Pardo's home, authorities found empty boxes of semi-automatic handguns, various weapons, and bomb-making ingredients. Pardo had rigged his rental car with explosives, intending to detonate if tampered with, but the bomb squad successfully neutralized the threat. In total, Pardo claimed 9 lives in his Christmas Eve massacre, leaving several others with serious injuries. The victims' remains were badly burned, requiring identification through dental records. The case stands as one of California's most disturbing mass murders, forever etched in the annals of tragic holiday horrors. Macar, the brutal Jolly Santa. Bruce MacArthur, known as an outwardly jovial man and a popular Santa at Toronto's Agincourt Mall, harbored a dark secret. Beneath the guise of a successful landscaper and family man, MacArthur was a necrophile and serial killer. From September 2010 to June 2017, he committed a series of gruesome murders, targeting vulnerable men who had arrived in Canada seeking a safe haven to explore their sexuality. While portraying himself as a friendly and welcoming figure in the LGBT community, MacArthur's true nature emerged over the years. His seemingly happy marriage ended when he came out in the late 90s, subsequently moving to Toronto. Despite maintaining a friendly facade, he earned a troubled reputation, leading to a criminal conviction in 2003 for assaulting a man with an iron pipe. MacArthur's modus operandi involved befriending his victims, engaging in sexual relationships, and then strangling them with a rope and metal bar. Disturbingly, he would pose and photograph their lifeless bodies, sometimes dismembering them afterward. His landscaping expertise played a sinister role as he distributed body parts in clients' gardens. In 2016, a report of an assault during a sexual encounter led to MacArthur's brief encounter with the legal system. However, he successfully convinced the police that it was consensual rough play, avoiding charges. His criminal activities went undetected until the disappearance of Andrew Kinsman in 2017, a well-known figure in Toronto's church and gay community. Detectives, one investigating Kinsman's case, uncovered evidence connecting MacArthur to a string of disappearances within the gay community. Andrew's interest in true crime and serial killers, combined with Bruce's eerie connection to him, raised suspicions. Police found photos of MacArthur on Andrew's camera, and CCTV footage revealed Kinsman entering MacArthur's red Dodge Caravan before his disappearance. Under surveillance, MacArthur's discarded coffee cup provided the DNA evidence needed to link him to the murders. A search of his apartment exposed files on each victim, souvenirs from the crimes, and a chilling notebook belonging to Sally Messon, another victim. MacArthur's arrest also thwarted an impending murder as police rescued a potential 9th victim from his apartment. Further investigation revealed that MacArthur had worked on 75 properties, leading to the discovery of body parts in large planter boxes and a nearby ravine. He pleaded guilty in court, receiving a life sentence for each murder charge. The heinous crime shed light on the unresolved murders of 14 men from Toronto's gay community between 1975 and 1978, hinting at a potential link to MacArthur. The shocking revelation of a seemingly jolly mall Santa hiding such dark tendencies serves as a stark reminder of the concealed depths within individuals. MacArthur's case forces society to confront the unsettling reality that monsters can lurk behind the most unsuspecting facades. Klopp's Christmas murder case. Before Christmas of 2014, the relationship between Dustin Lee Klopp and his wife, Stephanie Kilhefner, appeared ordinary. The couple, in their mid-30s, had been married for 3 years and lived in Paradise Township, Pennsylvania, with their 5-year-old and 2-year-old children. However, the seemingly normal facade shattered when Klopp turned himself in for the murder of his wife on Christmas Day, marking one of the eeriest holiday killings. The tragic incident unfolded on Christmas Eve during a heated argument between Klopp and Kilhefner. The cause of the dispute remains unknown, but it escalated into a violent struggle. Klopp pushed Kilhefner to the floor and, horrifyingly, slashed her throat. The brutality didn't end there. Klopp proceeded to strike her multiple times with an axe. In a chilling revelation, Klopp later informed investigators that Kilhefner was still alive as he relentlessly attacked her head with the weapon. Following the murder, Klopp dragged his wife's lifeless body to a shed in their yard and desperately attempted to eliminate any traces of the crime. What followed added a profoundly disturbing layer to the tragedy. Despite the gruesome act committed the night before, Klopp spent the rest of Christmas and a significant part of the following day behaving entirely normal. He participated in Christmas celebrations with his 2 children, taking them to his parents' house. Shockingly, no one suspected that Stephanie Kilhefner was dead, her body concealed in a bag in the... However, at some point, the weight of his actions seemed to overwhelm Klopp. He voluntarily surrendered to the police and disclosed the location of his wife's body. Subsequently, he faced charges of criminal homicide, abuse of a corpse, and evidence tampering. Nevertheless, Klopp would never stand trial. Less than 3 months after the gruesome Christmas killing, he hanged himself in his jail cell. While the silver lining in this tragic case was that Klopp and Kilhefner's children were spared witnessing their mother's murder, the shadow of this horrifying event likely cast a lasting impact on their holidays. The brutal murder of the Lawson family. In mid-December of 1929, the Lawson family of Germantown, North Carolina, embarked on a seemingly joyous trip to town. This working-class family, consisting of 9 members, including children, indulged in an unusual but festive portrait session after buying new clothes. However, the joy quickly turned into horror when, just days later on Christmas Day, 8 out of the 9 family members met a tragic end in one of the most disturbing familicides in North Carolina's history. On that fateful Christmas Day, the family patriarch, Charlie Lawson, awaited his daughters Mabel and Carrie, ages 7 and 12, near the tobacco barn. As the girls approached on their way to their aunt and uncle's house, Charlie, in an unthinkable act, shot them with a 12-gauge shotgun and then repeatedly beat them to death to confirm their death. Their lifeless bodies were placed in the barn with crossed hands on their chests and rocks under their heads like makeshift pillows. The brutal spree continued as Charlie proceeded to the family cabin. His wife Fanny was shot on the porch, and inside, his 17-year-old daughter Marie fell victim to the violence. The youngest children, 4-year-old James, 2-year-old Raymond, and 3-month-old Mary Lou, suffered the same fate, being beaten to death. Like the first 2 victims, Charlie arranged each family member's body with folded arms and placed pillows under their heads. The only survivor of this gruesome massacre was 16-year-old Arthur Lawson, who was not home at the time. Following the killings, Charlie ventured into the woods, washed the blood off his hands in a stream, and eventually turned the gun on himself, ending his own life. The horrifying scene was discovered by relatives later that afternoon when they stopped by to wish the family a Merry Christmas. Charlie's brother exacerbated the already shocking case by opening the crime scene to the public for macabre tours, leaving the blood-soaked house untouched except for the removal of the bodies. Among the grisly scenes was a Christmas cake made by Marie for the family, which she never had the chance to serve. Nearly 100 years later, the motive behind the Lawson family murders remains unclear. Theories range from allegations of incestuous relationships to speculation about a mysterious head injury that may have led to serious brain damage, altering Charlie's mental state. 2 cryptic notes found in Charlie's pockets further added to the mystery, reading trouble can cause and nobody to blame. Regardless of the theories, the Lawson family's brutal murder stands as one of the most terrible crimes ever to occur during the Christmas holiday. The Downtown Posse killing spree. In the early hours of December 24, 1992, the Downtown Posse, comprised of 4 young individuals, embarked on a brutal crime spree in Dayton, Ohio that would shock the city. The group, a mix of convicts and runaways, orchestrated a series of violent acts under the leadership of 16-year-old Laura Taylor, seeking what she described as drama in their lives. Their first victim was 34-year-old Joseph Wilkerson, lured in with the promise of an orgy. Taylor, along with Marvelous Keene and Heather Matthews, tied him to the bed, shot him, and ransacked his house. The Downtown Posse then encountered 18-year-old Danita Gillette, a stranger to them, whom they shot 5 times and robbed of her belongings. The spree continued with the attempted murder of Heather Matthews' ex-boyfriend Jeffrey Wright, who managed to escape despite being shot in the legs. Returning to Wilkerson's home, the group partied while his dead body lay in an adjacent room. On Christmas Day, they killed a guy named Richard Maddox, stole his car, and later murdered another lady named Sarah Abraham during a robbery, stealing only $44. The Downtown Posse's final 2 victims were 16-year-old Wendy Cottrell and 18-year-old Marvin Washington, associates who were killed to eliminate potential witnesses. The group was eventually caught by police, with a suspicious vehicle leading to their arrest. Laura Taylor, DeMarcus Smith, Marvelous Keene, and Heather Matthews were convicted for their roles in the killing spree, serving multiple life sentences except for Keene, who was executed via lethal injection in July 2009. The Downtown Posse's Christmas killing spree remains infamous in Dayton's history. Alright guys, we've come to the end of our video. If you know of any other Christmas murder cases we might have missed, please share them in the comments below. If you liked our video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Bizarre Cases for more true crime content like this. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Thanks for watching,